Hello, we are Sornia, as you well know. That's why you tune in. You tune in ready and open for communication with us. Yesterday we explored and explained a little bit about the practice you will be doing of recognizing frequency and vibration in even more expansive ways, being consciously aware of that. And this will be at times confusing for you. Just to let you know, sometimes you might feel that you're not getting anything. Sometimes you might feel that you'll question. Whatever the case may be, just as a word of encouragement, just keep doing it. Your awareness is, expanding. Your awareness is clearer. Let's say you're clearer thinking. You are clearer with your vibrations. You are aligned much better with the physical form, mind you, because you are always aligned with your essence, is always aligned with source, but your physical form is more aligned with the higher dimensional realities in which you are seeking to integrate yourselves, right? So we say higher just because it's a frequency that is not of planet Earth, that's denser. So you're breaking through that density, right? And you know this. This is all of our discussions with you and our interactions with you that's been really gearing you towards these times that you are going through right now. So keeping that in mind, that things are evolving and your physical form is the kind of like the last piece of the experience to match and evolve. So that's what we want to talk about again with you in your physical form. In the past, we've talked to you about your chakras and how you've been working with those chakras. That never ended. Just because we didn't talk about the chakra systems with you doesn't mean you stopped working with them in the ways in which we advised you and suggested these many sessions ago. You're still doing that. So if you need refreshers, go back to some of those sessions to remind yourself that in conjunction with everything else that you are doing, you are still working in those areas of the chakra system, the root, the sacral, solar plexus, the heart, the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. We did not concentrate on the crown chakra, which is something I want to just bring up right now, is the next area that you will, in conjunction with everything that you're doing, this discernment, right? This understanding frequency of words, the vibration, the real meaning of your world, not just the words, but the plants and the people and their energy systems. You're becoming highly, highly sensitive to everything around you, everyone around you, and your awareness of how you are interacting with your environment is starting to become more apparent to you, to the degree that you are able to consciously determine what is affecting you externally and what is coming from within you. That's where you're at. But back to the crown chakra. It is the chakra that connects you to all that is, to the divine, right? It's that energy center that most of you in this group that have been following Sornia have been without intention developing and expanding its area. Okay, so it's always there. You want to remember these things we talk about of spirit. So your essence, your energy systems, the foundation is always there. When you are not in a physical body, do you have chakra systems? You have the energies of those chakra systems. And you may go, well, I thought it was just for the physical form. You see, you have layers, which we've talked about in previous sessions also, about how you have many subtle layers to your actual physical experience. So when your essence is no longer in need of the actual density of the physical form, then it still keeps those energy centers connected. That's still part of who you are. This is a process that takes quite some time to actually dissipate. Some people do it quicker than others. And you say, well, isn't the energy from chakras meant for the physical body? No, it's life force expression in the physical, but it also is a force of energy for the other aspects of your spiritual existence. When you truly end you choose to truly end your cycles of incarnation in this realm, not just on Earth, because Earth, and there are other, what you might call satellite planets that are like Earth. When you truly make those choices to no longer journey on Earth or in these satellite Earths, then you release that energy from the chakras in that way so that they stay with the areas in which you have interacted with. Hopefully this makes sense. It's a little strange, a little abstract. But going back to the crown chakra, so again, your crown chakra is always open. And you're going, that's not what I've been told. I've been told my chakras are closed or they're going the wrong way. This is true. But it's the physical part of you, the human physical part of you that interferes. So you start off with everything wide open, ready to go, and capable of everything. Even when you bring in past life emotional experiences, they're not stored in your chakras. They're not an expression of your chakras. So a child being born, through that process will pick up things through the mother's and father's DNA, the cellular memory, and will also have its memories and choices of emotions, bringing it in for this experience. But every one of your chakras, and primarily that crown chakra, are whole, intact, and vibrating as they should be. As you go through your life experience and you begin to have earthly experiences, that's when the chakras begin to be influenced by what you are doing. Okay, so we wanted to make that definition about understanding this for the sake of you being able to look at it a little bit differently. Again, we're encouraging you to see yourselves as already everything that you think you need to be, that you're working to be. And that's including your chakras. They are already whole and complete. The illusion is, and it is an illusion, that you have blocked centers, energy centers. Now they do become blocked, but you have created it through your own belief system that you have created and your own experiences. They're blocked. So what does that mean? What does that mean for this entire experience that we have been talking about with your chakras? It means that if you created it through that, you can create or uncreate what the blockages are. And you don't even need to know what it is. You don't need to know what it is that caused the blockage. Some of you fixate too much on that. Well, this was because my mother did this to me when I was 3 years old. Doesn't matter. You want to go into the feeling. This is what I feel. If you get images with it, okay, that's fine. If you get a memory, that's fine. But what the problem is when you start to associate it with some experience in your life, then you've identified with it at that human level, and it becomes a little bit more difficult to uncreate that blockage. Hopefully we're making sense here because it is a little bit abstract, but bear with us and sit with this, maybe listen to this session a few times. So the crown chakra being the one that connects you to source, to creator, to God, that is your actual essence coming to connection with all that is. And then it fills in this physical body. For most of you, it's in this process, those that have been listening to the sessions and others that are connected to this, that maybe are in other parts of the world, have incredibly opened that or cleared out that chakra to the point where it's clear, it's vibrant, it doesn't need the attention that the other chakras have. That is why we have not focused so much on it. And the other thing we would suggest to you is you've been in the past told that the chakras have certain colors, and that's true, but some of you have advanced beyond that idea or whatever, or maybe it's not being advanced. Yours comes differently. Because what we are seeing from this group here that we interact with is the majority of you have your crown chakras clean, pure, and it is a pure silver energy that is an expression of who you are, like your essence coming out of the crown chakra. And what happens is there's an exchange between your essence and Creator, and it's ongoing. So you are being constantly renewed all the time. And this is where these practices that we give you, either the meditations or the mindfulness practices, these are all enhancing this very experience that we are seeing of the crown chakra. That's why we have not really talked about it with you so much as the other ones. The other chakras are very connected to the physical form, more so, right? So hopefully this isn't too abstract and too contrary to what you've understood. Remember, with anyone, anything, any experience, you are to benefit and gain the most amount of information that is valuable to you for you to find your truth when even listening to us, that you stay in that place of paying attention to the frequency and vibration of what we are saying to you. How do these words that come through the medium, how are they resonating with you? Are they your truth? Where are your questions? So wonderful to question, because as you question, more can be revealed. And as more is revealed, more understanding comes on your part. We do want to talk to you, so we're going to leave that there for a moment. And the physical form is really going, just as a side thing, the physical and the emotional forms are really being squeezed like a lemon, if you will. This will be going on for a while. It's in conjunction with everything else that's going on. You're truly looking to understand those energies associated in the physical form. And we have talked about this, but progress is being made. Those of you who have taken on dis-ease, those of you who are dealing with the emotional component of it, maybe you're dealing with both emotional and physical dis-ease, you're probably at the pinnacle of the experience. From this point forward, hopefully, with these practices that we are giving you and some of the meditations, we will be giving you more meditations as we move along, that you will be able to get over this hump and the things that have been we don't want to say distracting, but they have been distracting for many of you, your emotional and physical state. These things will begin to subside and you will be able to clear out that which no longer serves you, that which you have been identifying with yourselves. But again, so many of you are bringing up what you've identified as yourself, what has caused you torment, what has caused you pain, what has hindered you. All of this is coming up. If you look around, people are overwhelmed right now. There's an energy of being overwhelmed, and you're attributing it to a lot of the eclipse. So wait and see what happens with these eclipses. Seriously, it's not anything foreboding. You are never, ever in a place of death and destruction that too much of that fear, even with those whose intentions are to help. Yes, things have to be exposed. But what's going on right now on your planet for so many, especially those in the Western world, you're really being pushed to the limits of knowing your truth, because you're going to have to be the ones to stand in that truth when the saviors, so to speak, start to show up. And they're already starting to show up and have been. You'll have plenty looking to save humanity. And that's why it's crucial, and we mentioned this before, that you are able to discern. And do it not with, aha, I got you. Do it with, all right, now I know what to do. Share this information. So things are good. Even though you may feel at times overwhelmed, or that physical body isn't giving you giving you what you want, like you're struggling, or the emotions are causing you to be distracted. Be patient with this. Be patient with yourself. You are at the pinnacle. It will come down. And we'll have more on that. We're hoping to put together some various practices for you. We're kind of observing where you're all at in the future so that you can work with the physical body once again, or in that deeper way as you go deeper into this, the transmuting of those energies. One thing we want to mention here, it'll be the last thing that we talk about. The other reason we brought forth this information about frequency and vibration is many of you are very gullible, and that's not a bad thing. It's not a good or bad thing. We don't see it that way. And many of you that you want to believe that those that are presenting themselves as truth speakers and the ones who have the right information are honest and are good. And there are many wolves in sheep's clothing, especially right now, because this is the next form of manipulation that has been created by, or the idea of it, to keep those individuals that have that heart center, and are so loving. In particular, these individuals. They're not cynical. They're your generous ones. They're childlike in many ways because they're very accepting, but they're kind. These individuals can be very gullible and will follow or believe certain individuals or groups that are really hooking them into something that will keep them in another form of entrapment. So that we recognize, we are telling you this. It's not right or wrong, good or bad. It just is. And if you can, again, practice what we gave you in this last session, go back and listen to it. Remember, you have the key. Because what many of you are going to discover, or already are discovering, is as you're doing this, you start to say, but I don't feel like I can do it. We've gotten that from everybody. I don't feel like I can do this. I'm not capable of doing this. This being, standing up and recognizing truth. I don't think I can do that. I think I don't have that capability. And we're telling you, if you're hearing this message, you absolutely do. And it won't be easy to get that discernment without the practice. Some of you have it naturally, but I'll tell you, the tricksters are out there that will want to lead you astray. It's just a game. I know that seems somewhat maybe lacking in compassion to say that it's just a game, but to not give it the intensity that some people feel, just remember it's a game, and it's a chess game. And these moves you make now will determine the moves that the opposite side will be making as well. So choose your moves wisely with our guidance. We can't do it for you, and you know that. You have to do it for yourselves and for all of us, because that's your role. You aren't in the positions that you are in human form because you're just you got stuck here, or you don't have a reason. You may never really fully understand what your role was until you've finished your journey on Earth and its different satellites, but you will know it at some time. And you will be very grateful that you stuck it out. So those of you who are on the edge and feel like giving up and saying, I can't do this anymore, remind yourselves of that, because there is light at the end of the tunnel. And this is just the design here. So hopefully what we gave you today will help you a little bit in understanding who you are, how things are progressing, and that you know that you may feel like things are at a standstill or they're getting very intense and overwhelming. And how can we surmount this? This is, basically in so many ways, it's the difficulties that are coming forward that will just blossom out, and you'll be able to manage them, to release these experiences to a loving energy that will heal them, I guess is the best way of saying that. So keep doing what you're doing. Reach out to us. Things are progressing beautifully, but you want to be prepared for I guess you could call it the summer of deception, because there will be quite a bit. And have a sense of humor, because some of it will be very ridiculous that you will have a hard time even believing that there would be individuals that would go to the lengths that they will go to in order to con. These individuals are losing and they're desperate. So keep doing what you're doing, because it's working. That is all for now. We are Sornia. We love you very much. Goodbye.